What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing the weekly reading for the week of September 16th through September 22nd. Another week of life, another beautiful opportunity to create whatever we want to create. As far as the channel, I just want to say, if you haven't checked out the Healing the Shadow readings that I did earlier this week, be sure to check those out. They may be uncomfortable, okay, I know. Getting face to face with your shadow is not an easy thing to do, and hopefully those resonated with you. I don't know if they did or not, but hopefully they did. And if they did, they should feel uncomfortable. I've also got some cool things coming up. I just got a bunch of new decks, and I felt like opening them up on camera, so I'll do some new deck openings in the very near future, so look forward to that as well. But anyway, let's get into this week and what we got going on this week and how we can make this the best week possible. Today we're going to be using the Mystical Tarot. If you're not familiar with this deck, then I don't know what to tell you. This is one of the more unique decks I've ever seen. It's got a style of its own you're about to see. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to look at these cards one by one individually and then see what they have to tell us as a whole. So the first card we're going to look at is this one. Oh, let's start it off with a bang, shall we? We've got the Death card. The message I'm picking up from this card is that change is often unpleasant. And looking at it in the moment, we might view change as something horrible, okay, something detrimental. Let's say, for instance, just using an example, let's say you've been fired from your job weeks before retirement, okay? And we might look at that as a disaster. And, in the moment, it might seem like that, okay? But we don't have the overall picture, right? We're just seeing 2 feet in front of us, most of us. So a spirit's not going to put anything in your path that's not going to help you to grow. They're not going to put anything in your path that's solely going to destroy you. And this thing, you have to realize, has been put in your path so that you can learn, you can grow, you can expand as a result of it. And that's what all change is, in my opinion. All change is opportunities for growth. Some of us deny that opportunity and we allow change to get the best of us. I wouldn't say it takes us backwards, but it doesn't take us forwards, okay? So I think for many of us, change may come this week. Right? I mean, change comes every week, but this is massive, drastic change. So for many of us, the beginning of this week might mark some significant change in our lives, maybe a change within you. And I want you guys to remember, as you go through this change, I want you to remain faithful. I want you guys to remain confident and optimistic that Spirit is trying to help you. This change is an opportunity for growth. It's not going to set you back unless you want it to. How you react to this change is exactly what this change will be. So yes, you can look at it like you're about to get decapitated, okay? Or you can look at it as though that decapitation is going to lead to a better body. I don't know what I'm saying. In the future they're going to have android bodies. Let's not get into that. Okay, so let's look at the second card here. Human head and android bodies. What am I talking about? All right. For the next card, we've got the Three of Swords. Oh, my goodness. For those of you who read tarot, I think you know where this is going. The Three of Swords is representative of disappointment. I think was probably the best way to say it in this instance. And it looks to be kind of possibly a outcome or a result of this change. And again, I'm getting the message here that, whatever you think about this change is what this change will be. If you see this change as something to be disappointed about, then it will be a disappointing change. I just want to stress the fact here that we are all creating our realities based on our reaction to what happens. What happens to us doesn't create our reality. It is how we respond to it that creates what is. And so it looks like as a result of this change this week, I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. They're going to feel betrayed. They're going to feel hurt, heartbroken. And I want you to remember that all these feelings that you're having, while they may be emotional feelings, I think they're all being derived from the ego mind and the ego mind's perception of this change. Right? So going back to the example of being fired from your job. You get fired from your job and your ego mind says, that's it, I'm through. I can't pay my bills. No one else is going to hire me. I'm going to be homeless. I'm going to have to beg for change on the street. Now, what just happened there? What happened was that your ego mind fed you fear. It fed you worry and it fed you doubt. And if you're just going to listen to your ego mind, then you're going to take on that energy and you're going to believe those things are true. And whatever you believe is true will be true for you. Okay? Not saying that you're going to go out in the street, but you're going to find it very hard to bounce back from losing your job because you have all this negative energy surrounding it. And it all stems from fear. Not trusting the higher dimensions, not trusting your spirit guides or your higher self, that they're putting this thing in front of you to help you. So it's very important, especially this week, to remember that this change, while it may seem negative, is actually very positive. It's very beneficial for you. It's going to help you to grow. You throw a kid in the ocean who can't swim amidst a bunch of sharks. That kid's either going to come out a very strong kid, or he's going, I don't know why I'm talking about that. It's a challenge, right? That kid is going to grow as a result. The shark's not going to eat the kid. It's just going to be a scary experience. But if that kid can swim and avoid the sharks at the same time, think of the confidence he or she's going to have when he or she's back on that boat. Okay? They're going to feel like Superman. And they are, because whatever they believe is true. So let's go on. I got some weird things going on in my brain today. I heard something about a solar flare. That could be it. Anyway, let's move on to this last card. We got the Eight of Wands. Oh my goodness. It's almost like I can see into the future. The Eight of Wands here is telling me movement, change. The Eight of Wands is representative of a very quick movement. A lot of things happening, bringing change. And I think by the end of this week, a lot of us are going to start to see what this change means for us. I think you're going to start to see things happening around you, and you're going to start to understand possibly why this change occurred. And as I was saying, all change, all drastic change brings movement, right? It brings new things, and new things cause you to grow. And I think that's what whatever this represents for you, whatever this death card represents for you this week, I see it by the end of the week bringing a lot of movement to your life, things happening. The opposite of stagnation. I don't know what that is. Fast movement, I don't know. But that's sort of kind of what all change is. It wipes away the old to bring in something new, something fresh, something uplifting, something energizing. And so now that you've heard this reading, when this change occurs, I want you to think of the Eight of Wands, okay? I want you to think of this eventual outcome, which is positive movement. There's no negativity in the Eight of Wands. Well, there's no negativity in any card in the tarot, really. It's all neutral, okay? But, in the Eight of Wands, there's really... What's bad about things happening? I can't think of anything. I think things happening quickly, things moving, things progressing is a positive thing. So, now that we've seen these cards as a whole, I definitely feel deeply that a lot of things are going to happen this week, okay? We got some serious cards here that is going to be challenging. I'm not going to lie, okay? Dealing with change is challenging. Absolutely, okay? And I'm the first one to tell you that we all have reason to be afraid. But when you look at the overall context of what's happening, when you consider the higher dimensions, when you consider your guides, when you consider your angels, when you consider your higher self, you start to realize that no, it's not scary, and it's nothing to be fearful of. The only thing causing fear is you, your ego mind, your brain, your programmed self. And if you can be programmed, you can be... What's the opposite of being programmed? You can be debriefed. You can be debriefed and reprogrammed to see things in a better way and see change as something positive. So a lot of movement coming as a result. So big things happening this week. I can feel it. I hope you guys have a great week. That's going to be the reading for me. Remember, this is general reading. If you want a reading with me, then you can go to my website, lightofrigot.com. The link is in the description. And I want to wish you all a great week. Stay tuned for those videos I was talking about. I'm going to open up some. Here, I'll show you one of them. I got one right here. I bought this deck a while ago. I was saving it for Halloween times. Yeah. We're gonna open that up on the channel very soon. Maybe around sometime in October. I don't know. But I have some other decks that we can open in the meantime. So look forward to that. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to wish you love and light. I want to hope that you have a great positive weekend. I hope that you see change as a positive thing and not a negative thing. That's kind of the biggest thing to take away from this reading today. Be sure to do all the YouTube stuff, liking, sharing, subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And that's all I have to say. So I want to thank you for watching once again. Love and light to you all. Have a great week. Happy taroting. Peace.